Ready?
Yeah. This is Tommy Worcester, and this is my special occasion speech. There are a few men that can look back at their life achievements and say that they've changed the world. I would contend that Andre Agassi is one of these men. He's one of the world's greatest tennis players. He's a Newport Hall of Famer. He's won 8 Grand Slams. He's won 60 ATP events. But all that means nothing, because in the end, it was his values and his pursuit of happiness that made him the person who he is, because the journey is always more important than the destination. Agassi had a very rough childhood. His father emigrated to the United States when he was 2 years old, and when he was 5 years old, Agassi was brought out to his outdoor tennis court, this ratchety, dirt, old thing, and basically his father said, "Okay, you're going to be out here for 8 hours." His first time ever playing tennis, he was out there for 8 hours with a makeshift ball machine, and through Andre talking about this in his memoir called Open, you soon find out that his father is basically trying to live the American dream through him, and by bringing his passion to that, he also brings his rage and his anger. So an abusive father compiled with a poor treatment of a 5-year-old soon made for a recipe for disaster. Andre soon realized that he hated the sport of tennis. He despised everything about it. But at the same time, he got better, he trained harder, he grit his teeth and pushed on, and that is a characteristic to be admired. At the end of the day, he was one of the best 9-year-olds in Nevada, but more specifically Las Vegas. And when he was 19 years old, he got a full scholarship to train at the Bollettieri Tennis Academy and went pro 2 years later. Now, none of this could have happened without the support of his dad, but at the same time, to go against to have to be in an environment where you're constantly being abused, and have to be in an environment where you're spending 8 hours a day for the greater part of 15 years, that's an incredible thing to do. Now, that's a great example of his determination, but he also displays perseverance in such a way that is unique, definitely to him. In 2006, Agassi was 36 years old, and he had announced before the 2006 US Open that he was going to be retiring after that tournament. So naturally, every American tennis fan was there and cheering for him, seeing when the great Andre Agassi would lose. And so in the round of 16, he played a guy from the Middle East named Marcos Baghdatis, who was the then 10 in the world. And Marcos Baghdatis is an incredible player. He's 23, he's fit, he's young. Agassi had been crippled by back pain. He needed 2 morphine shots for the tournament. Early on in his career, he lost his hair, and his hair was a huge part of who he was, but he changed anyway. But at the end of the day, he was playing Marcos Baghdatis in the round of 16 of the 2006 US Open. The match went for 5 hours. Now, Andre Agassi and Baghdatis were both cramping late into the 5th set, and the entire crowd was quiet. And I don't know, for a tennis crowd to be quiet at the US Open is incredible, because it's one of the loudest, most uncouth tennis events there is. Anyway, 5 hours later, after sets and sets of incredible tennis, and sets of just perseverance on both sides, and determination and true grit, Andre Agassi won 7-5 in the final set to not seal his fate. And what is known as one of the greatest tennis matches of all time soon became classic, because despite the fact that Andre lost the next round, he was refusing to give up against a stronger opponent, a probably more skillful opponent, and he simply refused to leave without a final fight. Andre's pursuit of happiness is also a main characteristic of why he was able to be successful late in life. He realized that the pain he was going through wasn't worth it. He realized that the struggles that he had faced in tennis were finally coming to a close, and at the end of the day, he realized that his impact off the court would be greater than on the court. So what he did is he started a foundation for kids who needed help with young educations, and basically him and his wife Steffi Graf raised $100 million straight out of his retirement, and they have a foundation in Los Angeles that impacts the lives of kids everywhere. Now, Andre Agassi, through his determination, through his perseverance, and through an unfettered pursuit of happiness, was able to achieve his goals. But he teaches us all one thing: by working hard and prioritizing the journey over the destination, we too can achieve what we set out to do. Thank you.